The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now, your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a Say It With Your Chest Friday here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, here from the Star in Frisco in the SWBC studios. It is a beautiful Friday in Frisco. Not really. It's cloudy. It's gross. It's getting cold. It's going to be rainy at some point later on. But it's beautiful because we've got football in Week 10 of the NFL season, the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. As always, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick No C. Walker, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. We've got a return. Not Mike McCarthy returning to Green Bay. Not that type of return. It's a good return. We've got the triumphant return of one Bobby from West Dallas, a.k.a.
What you know?
Hek'ma Harrison, back in the saddle, baby.
I had you.
Back in the saddle. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, man? Bobby from West Dino. Give a shout out to the sanitation department.
Taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash.
That
was a good one.
I had y'all going. What's up, man? Good to be back home, baby.
Yeah, so no Players Lounge today. So
Nope.
we said, let's call up our boy Hek'ma and get him in.
For sure.
So
I appreciate y'all
Good to
having me
have
in the
you.
lab.
No doubt about it. You can hear him on the Players Lounge Monday through Friday. What time was it again? 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on Players Lounge. So keep that in mind. But we've got Hek'ma back in the saddle today. It's good to have four back in here, too.
Man, just don't feel right, man. Peasy not here, baby.
I know.
Rob P. Island.
Something's wrong. Something's
Rob P.
off.
Island, dog. I'm trying to keep the seat warm for him.
Is that what it is? Oh, good.
It's all mixed up. But, yeah, we do miss Rob. Every day I feel like I miss Rob. Something happens, and I'm like, man, that would have been fun to talk to Rob about. I know.
WW? Rob P.
Talk like a tiger.
Yeah, WWRD.
WWRD.
So we've got a fun matchup coming up on Sunday, Cowboys and the Packers. And I wanted to talk a lot about why you laughing? What are you laughing about?
Nothing. Go ahead,
That
Kyle.
it's a fun matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
What do you think it is? It not fun?
It is going to be fun. I look forward to it. Yeah, go ahead. We'll get to it.
Why are you laughing?
I'm just fun. The fun aspect. It's going to be fun for one side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which side?
Not the cheese. I can tell you that. They're gonna be lactose this weekend.
I hate the cheese.
They're gonna be lactose this weekend.
That scares me. That scares me when you something's up, something's coming around the corner.
Nothing
What do you
going
got?
on.
So I ain't forgot about you, Isaiah. No, you be laying little breadcrumbs. I'm not falling for it. What's good? Have you learned this yet?
Oh, Isaiah?
Yeah.
I'm all
Have you?
over IRS.
Okay,
I know
cool.
His tactics.
All right. 'Cause I was on with this guy right here, man. He was talking about the science, and I was like, I wonder how these two get along. Him with the science, and you with your booby
Get along
traps.
perfect.
I'm like, yeah, the booby trap
booby
is.
traps. Jinkies.
Oh, how'd I get here?
Velvet there. I like it. Velvet. I like
I would have
it.
gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you and IRS.
Jinkies.
IRS and his breadcrumbs.
Yeah, he'll get you, boy.
We're gonna make some predictions later. You gonna sneak one out? You gonna sprinkle the cheese this week? Is that what it
I've been saying
is?
all week, man. You know what I'm saying? Just walk in there, walk in the Lambo, eating your string cheese.
Just grill the cheese, huh?
Eating string cheese.
You're the one that always wants to say, don't overlook an opponent, though, especially an opponent with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I
You've
have
said
said
that plenty of times.
Boom.
I have said that, and if people watch Special Edition this week, I think we point that out, Kyle.
Plug.
You have to respect the man. No doubt about it. This dude is a complete dog, a complete beast. But even complete dogs and complete beasts need to have somebody around them. And they don't have that. And for whatever reason, that organization dislikes that man. And it's not a secret. They've disliked him for a while. They've been disgruntled. They have not provided him the resources that he needs. If anybody should be very successful in this league, it should be Aaron Rodgers. From what he has individually done. But they haven't put anybody around him. Matter of fact, they went out their way to ensure they don't put anybody around them. So I don't know what's going on out there, but Dallas doesn't freaking care. So go out there and take advantage of them.
Get after him this weekend.
Yeah.
Get after him. Force him to make some mistakes because he's throwing to Alan Lazard, Romeo Dobbs, Robert Tonyan. Those are the guys. Those are his dudes on the outside, so keep that in mind. Let's get to news and notes. Patrick Walker, what's going on around Cowboys Nation?
WWRD. What would Rob do? News and notes. As far as the injury report, only one change from Wednesdays, which would be Jake Ferguson missed Thursday practice with an illness, a little bit of a bug, and we'll see if he practices today and more specifically tomorrow as well. So it doesn't sound like the team is too concerned, but again, when it comes to illness, I mean, you just never know. You have to take it day to day. So when it comes to Jake Ferguson, take it day to day. If for whatever reason Fergie can't go, obviously Dalton Schultz is TE1, Peyton Hendershot, he can get the job done, and then they'll call up Sean McEwen as well. Ezekiel Elliott, he was limited again yesterday. No regression, no setback. He's still on track to play on Sunday. We'll see how that goes. It's expected that he will play. Everybody else is tracking well. Biggest news would be Green Bay Packers. Obviously, they lose Rashawn Gary, but yesterday, Devondre Campbell, their team-leading tackler, still did not practice with a knee injury. So keep an eye on that as far as the defense of the Packers going against Dak Prescott and this offense and the Cowboys. So
that's wild. Okay, so yesterday I was on a Green Bay radio station, and they were asking me about Micah Parsons. And the question was, how good is Micah Parsons? And I kind of told them, like, that's how good he is. Laid it all out there for him. Outside of that, you take Micah Parsons, and they said this. I didn't say this. They were like, so just for you Packers fans out there, if you want to really know how good Micah Parsons is, take Rashawn Gary and put him with Campbell and just merge him into one player, and that's Micah Parsons.
And that ain't even Mike.
No, I don't. Even then, I feel like you're shortchanging him.
You're missing an ingredient. Still Nemo sauce.
Dog.
Yeah, dog.
Throw speed in there. You could throw it all. Yeah, they were even saying that. But those are two Pro Bowl caliber players. Rashawn Gary was absolutely on his way to a Pro Bowl when he got hurt and he's out for the season. But there's nothing quite like the bazooka.
No, there's not.
Nothing quite like it.
Micah Parsons reminds me of an Eminem line where he's like, you take a little bit of Pac, little bit of Biggie, put him in a pot, sprinkle a little bit of stovetop. What do you got? That's what you got, Micah Parsons. He's just everything that you want, plus things that you didn't know could exist in a defensive player. Like, that's why I don't think it's premature to do comparisons to LT. I mean, ultimately the career will bear itself out, and we'll see if that's the case. But as we have this conversation, absolutely, he looks like a young LT. Absolutely.
Who's the bigger transcendent star? You've got a Mavs hat on, so this makes me think of this question. Who's the bigger transcendent star in Dallas right now, Micah Parsons or Luka Doncic? You want to have a full-blown debate? That's one way to get it started. You don't think so?
It's Micah.
You think it's Micah?
Yeah. I mean, he's a linebacker that's up for that people are considering to be the most valuable player of the league, a quarterback award. They're talking about a defensive player in that regard. You know how cold-blooded you got to be?
Luka could be an MVP, though. He could very well be in that conversation.
I don't get into the Luka conversation. This is not me because I don't have time for the hate and all that. I'm just saying.
You don't like Luka? Is that what?
I don't have time for the hate and all that. So all I'm saying to you is, when it comes down to Micah, the trajectory that he's on right now as a player is different. He's in a whole different lane as far as a defender is concerned. Me and this man has we've talked a lot about where we should play him, and I think that argument has been put to bed with you, Zaya. I think you good with him over at the rush position, because I feel like you have seen the light that this man is one of the best to do it at the edge position.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Hello.
With the little defensive end.
Hello.
But key word in there is little. I don't like him still at
I understand.
the end. You understand? Because of what you saw from a couple weeks ago when teams are literally shooting at his knees. You know where he's at. You know how to get him down. He can do all the drills he wants to in terms of protecting your knees, pushing a man down, hopping around. But ultimately, if somebody takes 100 shots at your knees, one's going to get through.
Yeah.
And I just don't like him being isolated in that position. I think that obviously, he's super effective in that position. I still would like to see him utilize at the second level more, especially coming through the A gaps and things of that nature. If you're going to bring him, right?
Yeah.
Bring 5, drop 1, whatever you got to do, right, to keep your guys coverage-wise. You're still covered, but I still don't like him just there. But there's no doubt about it. Was there ever a debate about his effectiveness at the defensive end. It was always just in regards to him being targeted at that position and easy to scheme up.
And I think you've seen him, and I agree with you because I've been able to see him now get nicked up because of all those things that you're talking about, pulling those guards around at him, chipping him with running backs, bringing an extra tight end to his side, shooting the knees, all those things. And I think that's contributed to the shoulder injury, the leg injuries, because he's having to do that. If there's a guy that he started his career that way, I think he would already be accustomed to those things happening to. If you look at the Myles Garrett's of the league, the TJ Watts of the league, these are guys that are used to playing that position and they know what comes with it. I think as you go through this next stretch, I'm sure Dan Quinn is like, how do I save him? How do I save him? And I'm sure it's not in the no one's thinking, all right, let's take him off the field. I think it may be, okay, maybe we, and this is crazy to even say from a linebacker standpoint, putting him at linebacker, putting him out on those coverage downs, putting him in a situation where, look, we're expecting a stretch run this way. Maybe that's something that, because of his athletic ability versus taking on a guard, that will save him for the run that you're trying to make in the playoffs.
I think his distribution between linebacker and defensive end will largely rest on the shoulders of how effective these guys are at the linebacker position.
Boom.
In terms of Damone Clark, Vander Esch, Barr, Cox, if those guys can come out and they can be effective and be impactful at that level on a consistent basis, then you'll see a lot more of Micah. But Myles Garrett, much like Micah, he was created. He wasn't born, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's just different, right? But also his body type is different. His body type is built to handle those things, right? Not saying that Micah is not a physical specimen, but his body is not a Myles Garrett and a Watt, right? So their bodies can take a lot more of that, right? And they can get away with different types of rushes because of their weight that they have behind them.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to get beat up, man.
Yeah.
That's and I know he'll play through it. We've seen it, but still, if you're an offensive scheme, if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you gonna do? Shoot at that boy's knees.
Yeah.
Like, get his hands down. That's what you're gonna say. Get his hands down. We don't want it. We don't tend to hurt him. Get his hands down.
That bag drill is a mother.
Absolutely. Shoot the knees.
This is a full circle moment for us as a group, because at one point early on in the Micah Parsons days, Isaiah and Hek'ma were as far apart.
Well, that's why I said, but we never disagreed on his effectiveness there.
Correct.
But my conversation was always like, if you put him there,
this will come with it.
You went with both ends of the spectrum, though, on how to utilize him, and now we've come to some meat in the middle.
Yeah,
we've come back to the
middle. That's how peace treaties are made.
It's really impressive.
You see the good, you see the bad. Like, you know what?
I saw Wakanda last night. I saw they work together.
Came in with symmetry. The yin and the yang now comes together as one. It's phenomenal. All right, so. You said any other news and notes?
No, that's what we got.
So
Freaky Ziggy's not playing, huh? No, I'm playing. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
You think he has a good shot to play on Sunday?
I think he has an excellent shot to play on Sunday. The snap count will be the question mark. I think that's what we're being. That's the framing of it all. So the expectation continues to be that he'll play, but when you hear Ezekiel Elliott kind of temper the expectation by saying on Wednesday, I don't know yet, I think that's kind of setting the stage for, okay, I'll play, but it probably won't be my full workload normally, so they'll probably scale him back. I expect him to play and start, but I expect Tony Pollard to get the bulk of the snaps as they continue to ramp him back up from this knee sprain to make sure there's no setbacks going into the most critical part of the year. So, but I think he plays.
Is that a part of Zeke last week watching on the sidelines and seeing Tony Pollard 2 weeks ago go for 130? I mean, you've talked about it before. When you have an injury and you have a guy come in and replace you after being out for a significant amount of time, and of course, Zeke hasn't been significant. It's only been one game. However, he goes in and plays like he did Tony Pollard. Ezekiel Elliott sitting there on the sideline saying, "Oh, you know what? I don't think this is bothering me as much. I think I'm good to go. I've got a bye week. This is great. Let me back in there, even though it might be in a limited capacity."
I think it's different from what we talked about because what you're saying leans toward what we were saying as far as the Dalton Schultz and the young tight end equation, right? But Dalty is on a franchise tag, whereas Zeke, although the contract conversation will come up in the offseason, he's not on a one-year deal. You're always trying to prove yourself. So the myth is that you get your big contract and you're not trying to prove yourself. You're always trying to prove yourself. So that's no different with Zeke. But I don't think he's feeling what Dalton Schultz was feeling when Dalton first sprained his PCL. And we talked about it. We said, hey, the longer you stay out, the more these young tight ends are going to get in here and do some work. And then what happened? Jake Ferguson gets a touchdown, and Dalton is like, oh, put me back in, coach. All right? I don't think that's a similar situation. I think it's a genuine – you have the friendly competition, but I think it's a genuine rooting for each other between Tony and Zeke. And I think Zeke sees the benefit of Tony being able to do what he did a couple weeks ago, because it does allow him – and this is the maturity of Zeke as well, because as recently as last year, you couldn't pull Zeke off the field, even with that torn PCL. Now he's looking at it as he's saying, okay, hey, listen, I'm not going to keep playing hurt because I'm not doing myself any favors. So I don't think that it's a situation where he's like, oh, put me back out there. I mean, he's really coming off of 2 weeks rest, and I think he's able to go, and the Cowboys are just going to manage the workload.
Good to know. Good to know. I want to talk about Mike McCarthy here for a little bit because, of course, it is the return. You go back to Lambeau. It's a hostile environment. I said this to somebody this morning, but 6-2 Cowboys, 3-6 Packers. If you took the names away from the organizations and it's a 6-2 team and a 3-6 team, you're normally not excited about this matchup. It's just another game. Check the box. Move on. Let's get to 7-2 and let's keep on rolling. But there's a couple factors here. There's Cowboys-Packers. That rivalry is always there. You've also got Lambeau Field. You've got a cold Lambeau Field in the middle of November. A little bit different there, too. Something to keep an eye on. Then you've got the added aspect of, oh, by the way, they still have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and your head coach is going back to Lambeau. So, Hek'ma, when you were looking at this matchup, how much of a factor will the energy be around Mike McCarthy, around this organization when they make this trek up to Lambeau in order to try and back up their head coach?
I think when you talk about these two franchises, you throw the records out of the window anyway. Just because, it wouldn't even matter if Mike McCarthy the ice go back.
Ice Bowl.
Go back over this the franchise's history and them playing each other. They're going to be main stage every time. But I think for Mike McCarthy, and I think for this, especially for this team, I think they've gravitated around him. They've seen the job that he's done, especially with Dak going down. With all the stuff that goes on in the media, I think that these guys have done a better job than in past years of just kind of just not listening to what's going on outside of the building. But for Mike McCarthy, there has to be that sense of, I want to beat these boys down. And it's just like, Zay, you my boy. If I know you got beef out here, you tell me, man, hey, he coming through, man. Hey, man, we got to get him then. You got to
poke your chest out.
Hey, we up in here. And I think, and I don't know, because, man, you play. Like these guys are paid athletes. It doesn't matter. They're going out there to get a W anyway. Do they make this personal for their coach because they know of the way that he was let go, the embarrassment that he had to go through the whole year that he was out? I just think, Kyle, just to answer your question, that yes, I think this team has an added chip on their shoulder to go in there and get it, but then there's more incentive because of the way that Mike was let go in Green Bay.
Yeah,
I think Jerry Jones will be watching this game very carefully.
Why is that?
Because of all the speculation of what the coaches that are possibly out there, the coaches that are behind McCarthy right now, they could possibly move their way up, the coaches that got that quote-unquote retired that are sitting probably in Frisco and Allen, wherever the heck he lives at. I think that he wants to see how this team responds personally for Mike McCarthy. And it's different from just doing your job.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh man,
you see, you
he's
good,
sprinkling
good.
it in there.
No, you wow.
Just saying, it's different from watching your team just do their job and be competitive.
Right.
And then you correlate that and you relate it to, okay, how do they respond when they know that they're covering his back personally?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be different? Is it going to be more the same? Are you going to see them respond a little bit more emotionally?
I like it.
What is that going to look like? I think Jerry Jones is going to be watching that very carefully.
Well, I'll read a quote from Jaron Kearse when he was asked about if there's some extra juice to go up there and get this one for McCarthy. Quote, "We want to get this one for our head coach, being that he was there for some years, just to go out there and take care of business for him. That's motivation for us to go up there and do some tremendous things," end quote. These players they want this for Mike. they wanted. They saw in the press conference and probably in the meeting rooms as well, fighting back tears. This is an emotional homecoming for him, and based on how he left, they don't want him to leave his homecoming as the loser, right? So they're going to go up there and they're going to try to play out of their minds.
He's going to be eating that cheese stick.
I hope he walks in. If he walks in with some string cheese, I'll hop on a flight. We will leave the studio and hop on a jet. I promise you, that boy walks.
It's real.
Would you imagine?
Would you rather him like passive aggressively peel it? Just
no. I want the
one
whole
by
team.
one? You just want it.
I want the whole team to walk. Can we send like some string cheese? We don't have a string cheese sponsor. I will send some string cheese to the whole team. Keep it on the cooler in the plane. I want the whole team walking in the stadium off the bus eating string cheese.
Isaiah wants all the bulletin.
All the smoke. Bring the smoke. Let them know. From the time your footsteps off that bus, string cheese in hand.
I'm going to go in the opposite direction and say let's not give Aaron Rodgers no reason
don't let him be pissed off. Pissed off, Aaron. We want the smoke.
No, he's already pissed off.
He is pissed off.
Let his passivity stay aimed at his team.
He can't throw it to himself.
Let it stay aimed at his team and not over here. That's all I'm saying.
A-Rod knows he's limited in this situation.
Absolutely.
And A-Rod got more problems to think about, man. He knows that the bazooka's on the plane. So he knows that they bring in a big briefcase. He's thinking about that right now.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
All y'all. Are you more afraid of, with the weapons that you have around you, with the weapons that the Packers have around them, are you more afraid of Aaron being on his game or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Probably Aaron Jones. See,
I
but
agree.
the ceiling is higher for Aaron Rodgers still, though. Like, if Aaron Rodgers is at peak Aaron Rodgers, he could make me look good on a wide receiver route. Like, it doesn't matter. He could fit it in a tight window.
You still got to catch it.
I was going to say, but given
I probably wouldn't.
You still got to catch it.
Given how poor his receivers are,
that's what I'm saying.
He needs Aaron Jones to have a big day to set him up for being able to do what you just said.
If Aaron Jones does what Dallas's defense has allowed on the ground,
gash,
then you have to worry about Aaron.
I'm just saying,
to run the setup to pass. They do a lot of reads, though. They do a lot of reading.
A ton of RPO. Every run play has a pass play on it. Mm-hmm. Every single one. I don't care if it's a quarterback sneak. There's a pass play on every play. So cornerbacks can't chill. Safeties can't chill. Linebackers got to make sure you stay.
Lane discipline.
Yeah, lane discipline. But you can't fully commit to the run because they can throw a slant right behind you. Every play has a pass off of it. And if there is ever a game that these guys are going to try to get hot, this is going to be the game. But I'll be more concerned about Aaron Jones toting that thing for 140 yards on the ground than I would be Aaron Rodgers throwing this thing for 303 tubs.
Aaron Rodgers said it in an interview I heard earlier in the year. He said, our goal is to make sure that those guys, and he's talking about A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, that those guys carry the rock 35 or 40 times. That is our goal.
Worst case scenario for
because
Dallas.
Our offense wants to have as much success running the football as anything else. Even with me being back there, being behind center, they want to run the football 35 to 40 times.
I like him saying that because that says to our offense, get a lead.
Get up. You have to
get a lead.
You have to
get a lead if that's what they thinking about doing.
That's the only. I mean, that's honestly you think about it, that's the only thing that helped them out versus Chicago.
Right, get a lead.
Had Chicago been up, oh Jesus no.
Yeah, right.
Like I said yesterday, this is one of the few times I actually want A-Rod to throw 40 plus attempts.
Yeah.
Do it,
Facts.
do it, please, please do it.
The more they drop back and throw, the more chances.
Throw 50 times,
more sacks.
Aaron. Throw 50. I dare you.
What about 68?
Dare
you hear that, Aaron Rodgers? Patrick Nosey Walker dares you.
Double dog dare you.
You got to do it. You got to do it if it's a double dog.
You can't do it.
Wow.
Oh, he triple dog.
Triple dog dare.
It's done then.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron. I apologize, man. That's just the rules are rules. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back here on Talkin Cowboys, some matchups to watch in this matchup between the Cowboys and the Packers. We've got some outlined. We're going to outline some more when we come back right after this.
When you build, you start with the foundation. And home ownership is a foundation of a stable future. The Bank of America Community Home Ownership Commitment has helped over 34,000 people lay the groundwork so far, with up to $10,000 towards your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less. The satisfaction of owning your own place can become a reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Little Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
It's a non-fungible token. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a coffee club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. Hek'ma Harrison, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick No C. Walker back in the building.
Bishop P.
Oh, Rob Phillips.
Rob P. What is
Rob
good?
P. Island. You know he's listening. He's always listening.
Better be listening.
Shop with Black Rifle Coffee Company this Veterans Day for a 20% discount site-wide, including 20% off your first coffee club order and an extra 10% off with your government-issued ID at checkout. Shop Black Rifle this Veterans Day.
I'm going to need Black Rifle to bring or send us another package of that doggone RTD.
Don't send that.
Send that. I need that every time.
That's something up with that coffee. No, dog. No, indeed.
Send it.
Isaiah went from here at the start of the show to right where Patrick
turned me up
to Interstellar.
Let's freaking go
real quick.
I'm drinking it on a pregame show this week. I
Interstellar.
promise you
We
that.
had to go right back to it.
Right back to Interstellar.
Right back to Interstellar. He went to
Elite.
Elite.
Off the people who don't like that word.
Dog, you legit look like a teenager with a hat on, bro.
Wow.
I would card you for everything if you walked in.
I still get carded for everything.
I'm telling you, dog.
You hear that, Kellen? You got competition.
I'm telling you, dog. You like a kid.
I'm a lot younger than Kellen. Am I a lot younger than
you?
I don't know
what is Kellen?
Oh, jeez.
Kellen, what, 20?
That's my man. You know,
I know.
Get him, dog.
You know, it's okay. He's 34, so yeah, he's 8 years older than I am.
Huh.
Yeah.
My man, KY.
That's the problem. Whenever I'm about to say the words I'm about to say, I grew up watching Kellen Moore.
Go to the next segment.
Wow.
Next segment, please.
All right, time for our second break here on Talking Cowboys.
Damn it. That's your OG.
The Boise State, baby. All right, matchups to watch here in the Cowboys and the Packers from your fellow teenager on Talking Cowboys.
That's him.
That's me. Patrick, we'll start with you on this one. What is the matchup that you have highlighted?
We're not going to overthink this. It's Micah Parsons versus Aaron Rodgers. I want to see it. I need it in my bones, injected in my veins, especially Aaron with the RPO. We talked about it yesterday. Aaron's RPO is not a capital R. It's a capital P, right? But
it's RPO.
There you go. But Micah Parsons' ability to get in the backfield, but also have enough discipline to understand that Aaron is going to try to get outside of him. That's what I'm talking about. Like, go eat, young man. Go eat. This is a future first ballot Hall of Famer. These are the ones. I mean, you always want the skins when you walk.
You're talking about Micah, right?
Micah. Yes.
Oh, I knew you were talking about Aaron Rodgers.
There's my say it with my chest. There's my say it with my chest moment. There's my say it with my chest moment. Micah Parsons, future first ballot Hall of Famer.
I look at.
Bang.
I love it.
Talk to me.
Everybody knows you were talking about Aaron Rodgers, but you didn't say
I'm
it.
instigating.
So
I'm instigating, bro. Big time.
Talk to me, Zay. But no, yeah. That's my say it with my chest moment. Micah Parsons. Yeah. But that's the matchup for me. As Micah Parsons is able to go, so will the Cowboys defense. And even if he doesn't consistently get hands on Aaron, the disruptions that he can and will cause, that's going to free up guys like Tank and that interior line, and like Hankins get back there, Big Cubo, Chauncey, Neville, Osa, get back there and get some good eats. And then the secondary can get the meat off the bones after that.
That's your next T-shirt outside of Tiger Milk. It's going to be just first ballot.
First ballot.
And then have something where like there's an 11 in there somewhere. You could kind of make it work.
Make the O in ballot a lion head, the lion emoji.
Talk about jumping
fire.
out the cake. That cake.
Yeah.
Did it.
Isaiah, you have something to say?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the offensive line of the
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys versus the defensive line of the Green Bay Packers.
Talk about it.
Mainly because these guys like to run a 5-man front. And when you're facing a 5-man front,
What you do?
you need to get past that first wave.
Oof.
It's kind of like playing Horde.
Oof.
On Gears of War. Everybody plays Gears of War.
Oof.
And you get past
Way
that first.
back.
You get past that first wave, and you're like, "Woo, we did that!
He did that. We in the building.
There's a second wave."
Then they bring that safety down
Yeah,
too.
you bring that safety down. Yeah, so you got to be able to get past that first wave, and if the offensive line can handle that first wave of them, especially with their wide 9 stand-up track meet defensive ends, then all of a sudden you get to that second level. You're dealing with one linebacker, typically,
then what after that?
And then a safety line likes to insert himself. And if you can establish a running game, then what else can you do? Dak can do his play action, my friends. And now you're only having to deal with one guy in the secondary versus two guys in the secondary. So dominate the line of scrimmage. You dominate this game.
First, second wave, daylight hit your head on the goalpost. I like it, dog. You said that up so pretty.
I still can't get past the Gears of War.
Oh man, everybody played Gears of War. We used to run back when I played here. Okay, I used to run home and who was it? It was Flo, it was Ratliff, and we was all of us run home and get on the dog on Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Have you ever
Horde
played
mode.
that? Did you ever play Hek'ma?
No, man.
Did you ever play Gears of War?
Gears is legendary.
Gears is.
I figured you probably, because you're a big gamer. You're a big gamer. I like gaming too. I'm not. I wouldn't classify myself as a gamer
before kids.
Gears is legendary.
Gears-
Arguably the greatest third-person shooter of all time.
It's a really good game. Yeah. There you go.
I don't know.
Lil Heck ever play Gears of War?
I don't know.
He's more of a Warzone guy.
He plays it, and he's always on.
2K.
He actually is.
Is it Warzone?
It's
Modern
Warzone.
Warfare?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he's on. So, I try to stay out of that. I monitor. I'm not one of those parents free
You're not
range.
a helicopter parent?
No, that ain't me. That's not me. But it's a good kid. Let's talk about the matchup. But I like what you said though, dog, because that to me is what this offense has to come up with to be successful. Even though Green Bay's defense is.
It's worse than Dallas's by 2.
Boom. And I like that. And
In terms of stopping the run, they're actually better at stopping the pass. We talked about that a little bit yesterday.
But no, see, I love what you said about A-Rod. I think right now A-Rod has been waking up in the middle of the night like because he knows he's looking over behind every closet door. He coming.
He walks in, he sees his cat, and he thinks it's a lion immediately.
I'm telling you, John Wick style. He knows that the
That's
man.
what
John Wick.
He calls Aaron John Wick.
Yep. Listen, he knows that man is coming. But for me, I think this whole week has been hijacked by this OBJ news, and I want to see this wide receiver group against the Green Bay Packers cornerbacks. I mean, J.R. what is his name? J.R. Alexander's still a dude.
Yep.
They have some guys that are out. But Eric Stokes, I don't know if he's playing, but Nixon is also there.
Out.
He's out. Stokes isn't going to go. But Nixon, I want to see this wide receiver group respond because I think the whole bye week and this week has been hijacked by the OBJ news. We haven't been talking about the momentum that these guys have. We haven't been talking about guys like Terrence Steele that's been playing their butts off. We haven't given flowers to guys like Armstrong, and just the synergy that's going on this team right now because of the OBJ news. And that, to me, has been a distraction. Now, I'm not saying that this guy can't contribute to this team, but I think those are things that happen outside of this organization that could be a distraction. He hasn't contributed. I want to talk about the guys who have contributed and my man Noah Brown. If Noah Brown is back, he's a damn good blocker, and we want to have success for TP. I want to see Noah Brown back out there doing his thing. So, look, I want to see how this wide receiver group responds. I know that they're going to be a big part of the success for the Cowboys.
Noah Brown, through his 7 games, 25 receptions, 339 yards, both of those numbers second on the team in terms of receiving numbers. He is a factor.
Yeah.
He is absolutely a factor. And if you want CeeDee Lamb to get more targets, have Noah Brown on the field at the moment. Yep. I mean, because Michael Gallup hasn't been there yet. He hasn't gotten to it. I'm not saying he won't get there. I think Michael Gallup will certainly get to that point.
Yep.
But he just hasn't been there to this point.
By the way, nobody wants to silence this OBJ stuff more than Noah Brown.
Yeah, really.
He's
For
going
real.
up there to try to
and
have
Michael Gallup.
Huge game. I mean, Michael Gallup to a degree and CeeDee Lamb to a degree, but those are your definitive, 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
The question is OBJ versus Noah Brown because that's where the reps will come from. So if OBJ comes in, your wide receiver 1, he's going to lose some reps. So if I'm Noah Brown, I don't need any more motivation than I have going into Green Bay.
Really quickly before we go to Isaiah, because he raised his hand so politely. Give us a call, 888-855-2297. If you want to be a part of our Pick'em segment, it's coming up here in about 5 minutes. Give us a call, 888-855-2297. See if you can outdo Steve in Mississippi from last time out, and maybe Bobby from West Dallas as well.
Who's wide receiver 1 with Dak Prescott?
With Dak?
With Dak, because it matters.
Still CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee, don't say still CeeDee.
It's CeeDee.
Because CeeDee was not number 1 with Cooper Rush. It was Noah Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
So Noah Brown was wide receiver 1, and now CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 1. Why does it matter?
Well, technically, Dalton Schultz is Dak's wide receiver 1, but that's a different conversation.
Well, no, I think that's the same conversation that he's trying to have. He's trying to poke it out there.
It's okay. Go ahead. Why does it matter? Go ahead. What? No. Come back. You go in there. Come on.
Why does it matter who's that quarterback that determines who your number 1 receiver is?
Because everybody has their guy. That's just facts.
So what does that say about the system?
It's adjusting to whoever is playing best,
right.
Maybe.
It's very interesting.
I mean,
every quarterback has their guy. We talked about this.
And every system has a guy that's supposed to get the ball.
CD is supposed to get the ball.
CD has 42 receptions. The next highest is 25.
Yeah, he's getting it.
It's not like he was absolutely sheltered with Noah Brown, with Dalton
Cooper Rush
in the ball game. He wasn't sheltered at that point. He just wasn't exploding the way that you wanted him to.
Yeah,
you thought he would step up and elevate his game with a backup quarterback in. That didn't happen.
I didn't think that.
Didn't happen.
No.
Okay.
He definitely didn't think that. and I think even prior to the season, Isaiah was talking about how the Cowboys needed to upgrade that room, and baffled by the Amari Cooper being let out the door for how that whole thing happened. But at the same time, right now, and I've been saying this on the Players Lounge, and I'll say it here, you're seeing Dak Prescott get into a rhythm after the Detroit game, the Chicago game. It was a 40-burger game. Let's see how he responds with a week off in this offense and what they can do. They did a damn good job without Ezekiel Elliott on the field, and I thought that was a telltale of how complete this offensive line is starting to look, and their numbers. I mean, let's say Tyler Smith is doing a good job. Steele is doing this offensive line. All of the questions that you had about this matchup and who you said, look, we need to see this offensive line. They've answered the bell in a lot of ways. So I think it's just this game in particular. I want to see how these wide receivers respond to all of the hype that's around a guy that's not even in the building.
Really quickly, I want to stump this. He wasn't wide receiver 1 talk at the moment, because here are the numbers while Cooper Rush was the quarterback. Every single one of them. Noah Brown, 15 receptions, 221 yards and a touchdown. So that's 14.7 yards per catch. He had 23 targets. So 15 catches on 23 targets for 221. CeeDee Lamb had 26 receptions on 39 targets for 315 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is 12 yards per grab.
Okay.
So much better numbers all the way through the 5 games that Cooper Rush was at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the partial science, because
that's 5 games. He had 100 more receiving yards.
Yeah, but when I speak about number 1, it's not in its entirety in regards to stats. But it's who you're going to in prime moments as well.
39 targets to 23. That's almost double the amount of targets. I don't care what type of moment in the game it is.
Okay.
Who won you the game on the drive that went all the way down the field late? CeeDee Lamb won that game with Cooper Rush at quarterback.
Okay, why are you looking for another receiver then, Kyle?
Because you need somebody underneath. You need somebody else. CeeDee Lamb is not good enough at the moment to be a number one by himself. He's shown he could be a number one, period.
You could also use CeeDee's quote from yesterday as an argument to answer your question. He said, why wouldn't we want more firepower?
Even he says it.
Even he said it. Why wouldn't we?
You're getting shelled every time. He's getting double teamed all the time. It's happening all the time. Do you think CeeDee Lamb could be a number one still?
You ever hear Coop say that?
No, never heard Coop say that.
Coop didn't say anything.
I was going to say, you ever hear
he said throw me the ball when he wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
He definitely said that.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's getting the ball, though.
You know, I thought, especially in the Eagles game, I was really disappointed in his production. I thought they did a good job of just staying man-to-man on him. And if you can't beat one-on-one coverage, then that, to me, is problematic. And you saw that in those losses where they were not doing anything special for him. And so that's the part that I think makes this whole thing difficult when you start the argument of are you a number one or not? Because when you look around the league, guys that are considered those elite guys, you can't lead them by themselves.
All right, we got to take our break. When we come back, it's time to pick the games. We've got to get to it. Give us a call, 888-855-2297 with more Talking Cowboys right after this.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Lil Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Lil Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is. It's a non-fungible token.
Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Cowboys Christmas extravaganza powered by Reliant at the Star in Frisco every Friday and Saturday night from November 18th through December 17th. The show is free and open to the public. Visit thestardistrict.com/Christmas for more info. That's starting next weekend.
This is your first engaged Christmas, Kyle.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We don't have time to talk about it. Let's keep on rolling. We've got DraftKings money to give everybody out. You can play for free for over $1 million. With your deposit, we've got Dak Prescott at 6,600, Tony Pollard at 6,500. You see that price starting to skyrocket a little bit. CeeDee Lamb at $7,000, and then the Cowboys defense at $4,000. What's your bargain shop here, Mr. Isaiah?
You know I'm going with that defense. They're going to cause all kind of mayhem. I don't see them getting a gazillion sacks. I'm looking for about 6, though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for a couple tipped interceptions.
Patrick?
Oh, you know, I'm going to go with TP on this one. I'm going with TP just because I believe Ezekiel is going to play, but again, I think it's going to be workload management. So I think Pollard might get the bulk of the snaps this weekend, and he's going against one of the worst run defenses in the league. Cowboys are going to use that to try to set up the play action with Dak Prescott. So, yeah, give me TP for another big day.
By the way, Ezekiel Elliott at $6,000, by the way, Hek'ma.
Well, I'm still going with Dak.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm still going with Dak on everything, head-to-head matchup. You know,
he may have one of those games.
Right.
I don't know. I've got a feeling.
Yeah,
Dak's
he do.
gonna have a game.
He do for one.
Feeling.
Oh, wow.
All right. Time now to give us an update on our Talkin Cowboys standings. Last week, I didn't make up any ground, so I'm still in last at the moment. I went 3-3. That was about it. Patrick Walker went 3-3 last week as well. He is currently in second. The fans went 4-2 with Steve from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
He had a really good week.
Are you trying to turn things around?
He is at number. The fans are at number 3.
The kids.
And then there's Isaiah Stanback. Isaiah Stanback is leading the way. 27 and 12 overall.
He's the worst person to have a lead.
He went 5-1 last week. And he already had the lead.
Ouch.
He gained 2 games on Patrick and myself. He gained 1 game on the fans, and Isaiah's sitting up at the top. I hate this, man.
Yeah, I know you do.
I hate it so much.
You do.
All right, we've got, and to make matters worse, we go up to his home state to represent the fans this week.
Let's go!
We go to Maurice in Washington. Maurice, you're on Talking Cowboys, representing the fans this week. How's it going, our friend?
We're going great, fellas. How we doing over there?
What's up in Sticky Town, Tag Town, man?
What's up, Tag Town? How we doing?
All right, so we've got some games to pick. I haven't even pulled them up on my laptop just yet. Wait, so are you a Washington guy or are you a Washington State guy? I've got to ask. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man. I'm a UW Husky Isaiah fan.
You dog all right. UW all day. Purple and gold, King's colors. You feel me?
I just wanted to ask. I had to ask. I had to get it out there. All right, first game that we've got on the docket for week number 10. This one's going to be a fun one at noon. The Minnesota Vikings on the road taking on the Buffalo Bills. Up in Buffalo, 7-1 Vikings, the 6-2 Bills, led, of course, by Josh Allen. Isaiah, we'll start with you.
I still got to go with them Buffalo Bills because that Frazier defense.
Hek'ma?
I'm going Bills.
Maurice?
Absolutely Bills.
Yeah,
Pat?
Even with the elbow issue on Josh, I'm going with the defense in Buffalo. Buffalo takes it.
All right, the last 2 opponents for the Cowboys facing off. The Lions, fresh off their win over the Packers at 2-6. The Bears at 3-6. Hek'ma, who you got?
Say that again.
Lions at Bears.
Oh man, give me. That's a toilet bowl game. I'm gonna go Bears.
Bears at home.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Bears at home too. I think they run the football all over the Lions. Isaiah.
I'm going with the Lions, boys.
Okay.
I think Justin Fields has another day on the ground.
Oh no, Maurice, what you got?
Fields is finding his way. Let's go Bears.
Bears.
So unfortunate for you, sir.
Oh man. Last week I said you were going to die on that island, and you won on that island.
Know.
So
Rob P. Island.
Thrived on it. Yeah, Rob P. This is a fun matchup because of how bad these 2 teams have been. The Cardinals at the Rams. Both teams with just 3 wins so far. Cardinals at Rams, 3-6 and 3-5.
Easy.
Who?
Rams.
Rams are
Yeah,
winning it?
Kyler Murray has a busted hammy.
Okay. That info, I'm going to take the Rams.
Oh, that's how you. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'll do it.
Wow. I'm gonna go Rams also.
Pat?
I just don't see McVay staying stuck in a tailspin, so I'm going Rams.
Okay. Maurice?
Sonic quote. I see there.
Trying to gain some room on Isaiah, but the Rams are definitely going to take this one.
Okay. You may be able to take some on this one. Chargers at the 49ers. Ooh. Los Angeles 5-3. San Francisco 4-4. 49ers at home. Maurice, who you got?
Let's go San Fran.
San Fran. Okay. Hek'ma.
You know what? Let's go Chargers on this one.
On the road to get a dub?
Yeah, let's go Chargers.
Who do you think? I like the Chargers a lot.
I love me some Justin Herbert. I'm going Chargers. And that defense also.
I think I'm going to go 49ers here, though.
Okay.
I don't know.
Keenan Allen's out. Give me McCaffrey.
Okay. Keenan Allen is out. Do you guys want to change your picks with that?
I'm going with that defense.
Sticking with it?
No, because I need to
make up some ground.
Fall back further,
huh? The Saints at the Steelers.
You got him in the blender, dog. You got him in the blender, dog. Okay, you pick.
New Orleans at Pittsburgh. Give me the Saints. They've been playing better as of late-ish. Better. Not very well, but still better. Who you got?
I'm taking Tomlin, man.
Taking Tomlin to win it? Tomlin's 2-6 right now. It doesn't really look good in Pittsburgh.
The Saints aren't exactly.
They won 24-0 2 weeks ago. I picked against them,
Do we know the weather
too.
in Pittsburgh? Is it cold up there yet?
I would assume it's.
If so, then I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Red Rifle.
Red Rifle, even though he's probably not going to start.
It's okay.
Okay. Hek'ma?
I'm going to go to Steelers.
Maurice.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready to play outside in that cold weather. Let's go, Pittsburgh.
All right, there you go. Now the final matchup. He said, "Of course you are." Your uncle was a pretty good Steeler.
But
He's
I'm not
okay.
in the blender. See, that's the thing. I'm going to another show. Y'all got nervous energy going on. Right?
He's in a safe space. He's
I
trying
heard a look every time.
All right, Cowboys making the travel to Lambeau Field, going all the way up to Green Bay. Sunday, 3:25 Central Time kickoff on Fox. Maurice, who you got?
Well, I like Hek'ma's big briefcase, bazooka name, but I got a name for my boy, and it's the Boogeyman. And he's going to go up there, and he's going to scare everybody in the building, and the Cowboys going to get that win.
There you go. Maurice, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you as always. Yeah, what's your score real quick?
Oh, 31-12. Beat down.
Ooh, that's an ugly 12, too. I like it. 31-12. Thanks so much. Appreciate you, Maurice. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, fellas.
There he goes. Maurice from Tacoma, Washington. I'm going to let Isaiah wait. I'm going to wait on Isaiah. Patrick, who you got?
I'm going Cowboys 27-16.
27-16. I'm kind of right around there. I think this is going to be a closer game than people are leading on. I think there's a little extra motivation, too, from the Packers, not just because of McCarthy, but because they just got beat down by the Lions. I think it's 27-23 Cowboys. That's my score. Who you got? Heck.
Come on now. I think this defense is gotten 2 weeks of rest. I think they go in and they represent Mike McCarthy. They beat the brakes off of him. I think this thing is over with by halftime. Nice. I think this is one of those games where you chill out, get some of your honey-do lists out of the way in the second half and into the nightcap. I think this is a game where also you get a 40 burger. I think you can pile it on. I think this defense is no good. Red zone, they're not effective either, Green Bay. So, look, I'm going, let's go 42-13. Beat down.
Big time beat down. All right, Isaiah.
I'm going 36-13. 36-13.
Beat down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beat downs all across the board.
This defensive front is going to cause havoc.
Getting after them.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it. It's a sweep across the board. Cowboys getting the win on Sunday. Again, 3:25 kickoff on Fox. We'll be back on Monday to break it down for you. Hek'ma, thanks for joining us.
Cowboy Nation, I hope your team wins.
Oh, I was going to let you do it.
Okay, I just wanted to put that out
we'll
there.
Get it. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. We'll make it out.
I just wanted to say
no biggie. Thanks again for joining us.
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me.
Check out Hek'ma.
Hey, man, y'all holding it down, too. Sure, brother. You know what I mean? Y'all holding it down, man. I love it, man. I love the energy. I love what y'all doing, man.
Sure, bro. Hey, make sure y'all check out the pregame live show, too. Y'all want some of that info before the game kicks off. You know what I'm saying? Call DallasCowboys.com.
2 p.m. Central Time is when we go live, and that's on DallasCowboys.com. So keep it going. Check out the Players Lounge, 2 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Friday. We'll be back on Monday morning, 10 a.m. for your recap of the Cowboys and the Packers. Patrick, do yourself a favor. Take off the headset. Take it off real quick. Take it off. We're trying to help you out. For Chris Beam, Isaiah Stanback, for Patrick O.C. Walker, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Hek'ma Harrison, what do we say on Friday?
Cowboy Nation, I hope your team win!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!